We promise there will be no Ghostbusters puns or sayings.
Literally just did one before you hit
in this review. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Shock-A-Nah Toy Reviews. Two idiots, one camera, and a review. I'm one of your reviewers, Wilson. Sitting across from me is Turbo Fox himself.
Mr. Bird.
We are reviewing this special toy. What is this?
This is Hasbro going, ha! We will take the Ghostbusters license. Oh, we can't get it. We will celebrate Ghostbusters and Transformers and make a toy of it.
Yes, correct. It's the Ghostbusters Transformers Collaborative. It's the Ectotron character who transforms into the Ecto-1, which is this car, which is the car that the Ghostbusters drive around in. But I know we don't care about boxes, but I do want to quickly point out that this box is very well done because it has that retro look, retro art, even on the back. It's got the power card, the character card that you used to get with the boxes, and you'd have the red thing. No, that's the one thing, because they show it in blue here. That's the one thing they fucked up with. They shouldn't have done that. They even show, hey, it only takes 5 steps. Spoiler, it takes 22. I forgot about that. They may have only done that on earlier boxes or toys where they showed it on the box. I don't know, but it kind of rings a bell. Anyways, very well done, very cool. Still throwing it out. All right, so obvious alt mode, Ecto-1, and I would say it looks pretty spot on. There's lots of cool, very well done details in here for this mode. You have the Ghostbusters symbol on both sides, and it looks like the hearse from the movie. There is some cool paint stuff up here on the proton pack areas. There's different pieces that are painted. The translucent lights look great. There's some silver paint going along the hood. That thin line is actually done fairly well. I like the way the wheels look, and he stays tabbed together fairly well. A little bit of a funkiness here in the front, but not as bad as when I had taken them out of the box. He had sort of come untapped. There are soft pieces of plastic that are wires that are seen, and a ladder here too, which I've kind of messed up, but they're more rubbery in this tube here. That all comes out as part of transformation because, spoilers, this part becomes his proton pack. I know. There's a lot of pieces that are inside that are translucent. They're completely see-through clear white pieces. See-through clear white, I don't think that's really possible, but we'll go with it. And that was clever just to cover up so the fact that you can kind of like see through the windows.
This is non-see-through clear white.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, non-see-through clear.
It's just white.
Yeah, eggshell, I guess, if you want to go that way. Very cool. The only kind of thing that I think that they missed, and I'm sure there will be a repro label set, possibly, but there's no license plate that says Ecto-1.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't fit. But
there's one on the front, so we got.
What it's missing is in-scale action figures.
Oh, what? You mean like Slimer?
That is not in scale.
Slimer here? He's totally... Slimer drove the fucking car at one point. He's a little
he
fat.
Couldn't fit in there. What, they didn't even bother to paint his eyes?
I don't know. I haven't played with Slimer that much.
You literally just had him in his face.
No, they didn't paint a fucking part of him at all. No, that's fine. He's see-through. He's a ghost. So yes, that's it. Not much else to say. Looks like the car that you remember and that you know and love from the fantastic 80s movies. It's a mashup. So far, so good, I'd say. You got any thoughts here, Mr. Burr? Other than the fact that you don't understand it and that you hate it, and you hate the idea.
I don't hate it. I don't.
You don't get it?
I don't get the appeal of it.
Well, let's see. Did you like Ghostbusters?
Yes.
Do you like Transformers?
Yes.
Isn't that cool when they get together?
Did you like G.I. Joe?
Yeah.
Do you like Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Would you like a G.I. Joe guy dressed up as a Ghostbuster?
What's his name?
Julio.
You goddamn right I would. No, I want Destro dressed up as a Ghostbuster.
If it floats your boat, congratulations. It does what it's supposed to do. It looks like Ecto-1. It looks like a bad Ecto-1 model kit. I wouldn't necessarily realize it's a Transformer until I turn it over. So that's a good job.
When we look at him in robot mode, we'll notice more pieces of the mold that he shares with some other guys. But looking at it like this, you wouldn't be able to tell like who else
Hoodoo Voodoo reminds me of the band.
For size comparison, we have him here next to the Times Returned Octane in truck mode. Go great together.
Little bit out of scale, but you know. When did we film this episode?
Robot mode, here he is.
What a good movie.
It is. That's why they decided to mash it up with him. And I think robot mode looks pretty good. He's missing, let's say, paint.
Well, he's got some red paint.
He
on
does
his
have
forearms.
some red paint on the forearms. The silvers here are painted. There's a little bit of white on the feet. What I do like, this little detail in here, is he has the badge that is seen on the Ghostbusters. It says Ectotron. It says his name. Looking at his face sculpt, he's got the little goggles. There are blue eyes just under the goggles, so it's not like they're down over his eyes completely. But I like to pretend that they're down because I don't see why he would need them to come up or down. I imagine a robot would just have them, and then he can flip those modes when he feels like.
Why would a robot have a beard?
I mean, if you're making a Transformers movie,
Why wouldn't you?
why wouldn't you? Anybody familiar with the Combiner Wars toys will see that this body and leg use is Onslaught, also one of the Victorian guys, also Hotspot.
Hotspot.
So, yeah,
one of the worst of the Transformer
Combiner Cores. I mean, that's
and this reviewer's opinion.
That's fair. But luckily, this guy's not a combiner, and
He's not?
no.
How lame.
What? He doesn't combine with other characters.
Why not?
That's not what this is about.
You could turn into Gozer.
Fuck off.
Gozatron.
Would you stop?
Oh, that'd be so awesome. I'd buy Gozatron.
You
Maybe in the
support this.
sequel.
Maybe if you support this, we'll get a Gozertron.
No, we won't. You're getting a stupid Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Back to the review. Back to reality. Back to da-da-da. Mon Spaghetti. What was the top of the car where they have all that technological junk?
Where they store the proton pack.
Yeah. No, they store them in the trunk.
Ah, made you think about it.
Yeah, but all that junk on the top, that comes off and transforms into his proton pack, and the tube attaches, and so he has his own. Now, you asked me, does he come with a blast effect? No, he doesn't, but I would imagine that you can use the new effects that they were giving you with some of the Siege figure. I bet you could get them to fit over there. Would they look exactly like a Proton one? No. But would they look like a Transformers Proton Pack one? I don't know. I've never seen what one looks like.
No.
I don't know. I couldn't
Gotta
tell
read
you.
issue 2.
There are parts of it that transforms a lot differently. His transformation is easy, very easy. And there are parts
Done
like
it
up here on
with
the...
3 guys.
But it's not the same though, because there's these shoulder parts that flip around and turn, and that's what makes up the hood, and that's actually a lot different than what I thought when I saw the mold. I'm like, okay. I was like you. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're just gonna unfold his arms, and then that's gonna be it. But no, these turns. I think it gives him a different enough look that it's a better use of the mold rather than what they did before, where it was the same. You know what I mean?
I smell what you're cooking.
Yeah, looking.
I know what you mean.
What?
I can't believe it. I know what you mean.
What bothers me though is this is a piece that tabs into the top when it's in the car mode. There's no place really to put it, to tab it into on his leg. It just kind of sits there down like that. In terms of like detail and stuff, he's got good molded detail. Unfortunately, the color that they use are like muted that nothing stands out. So I will be panel lining this guy. I feel like the white plastic is just very bland, especially on the head stuff. Some of the detail needs to come out.
If you told me there was an Ecto-1 that turned into a giant Ghostbuster transformer, this is almost exactly what I would picture.
This is it. This is the guy.
Almost.
This is him almost.
I wouldn't put the giant knee holes in front of him, but you know.
That is another thing. He's very hollow in the
supposedly
knees.
fixed the shittiness of the other molds.
Well, they did. What they did was, instead of having on those ones, the knees move forward. See, this is where the piece comes down. On those ones, the knees move forward in bot mode. These move backwards in bot mode. And while I think that fixes it, it doesn't make them loose and wobbly.
Can't wait for you to buy the kit to fill those holes in.
For sure. That's what I was just about to say. While it fixes it, this piece on mine, on this leg, doesn't tab in perfectly. It does fix the issues of, like you had with the other guys, of the legs not staying correctly. But now you got the
where
giant
do I
mold.
put the combiner pegs?
There are no combiner pegs. He doesn't combine unless you mod him out some way or just glue him to another toy. Speaking of articulation, so head moves side to side. It even gets a little up and down because of the fold in there for the transformation. It's got great up and down because, again, of the transformation, that's part of it. These can move in and out and allows you to get this out and in. He's got no wrist swivel, wah, 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 but no surprise there. And he does turn at the, is that the bicep?
Yep.
Nice, okay.
And at the elbow.
And bends at the elbow, full 90.
I bet you he doesn't have a waist.
He doesn't have a waist.
What?
Yeah, because that torso part's a piece that he shares with
Oh no, he's all new.
thigh swivel
Woo!
that you like. He's got some good knee bend.
Yeah.
Like, hey, take a knee, man.
He can take a knee and go, there's always...
So you can, I guess, sort of cheat and get a forward with the foot. Back here, these pieces fold out like that. So that's kind of like your heel spur, and those will move and help you pose them as well. I found that he's very posable and stands very well. Other than this one little piece here, there's no serious issues of tabbing, and I'm very happy with all of that. For accessories, we'll count this because it kind of is. Like I said, it was this thing that went onto the roof, and this part comes off, and you attach the cool, bright, fluorescent blue tube to it. So on the back, on the lights here, there's a little slot, and there's this tab up at the top of the proton pack. And while it does fit in, and it will stay there fairly well, it also does have a tendency at times when you're moving them around to fall out. So I think with some future, I will be able to fix that and it will be fine. I wish they could have secured it a little more at the bottom though. That would have helped. And you also get an extra little guy. You get Slimer, and it's just a, it reminds me of a toy you get out of when there used to be toy stores and you're exiting and you look onto the left and there's those machines where you put like a quarter in and there's like clear plastic balls in there and there's little toys in there.
Sure.
And this is what you would get in there. This is
Okay.
kind of what it reminds me of. He's got a hole in his bottom, but it doesn't matter. It's a good attempt, but not really needed. It's very interesting too. He seems to have a fat ass, and I don't remember him being that thick. Like, look at the apple bottom on him.
I wonder, and hopefully someone could help me on this. Many, many, many years ago, Kenner Toys made Ghostbuster toys.
Ah.
Do you know what Kenner Toys also made?
Transformers. Aliens.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Get there. Do you know who now makes Star Wars toys?
Hasbro.
And who has the rights to Kenner things?
Takara. He-Man.
Mezco.
Really?
Oh, you idiot.
I don't know. They're doing fucking Moon Knight. They're doing Hellboy. I don't know what they fucking do.
I wonder if this is just a We own Kenner's mold of Slimer, and they just made a new Slimer.
That's kind of cool. But yeah, he's got no paint or anything, like you said. And I'll do my best impression. They didn't paint his eyes. They didn't paint his teeth.
Every Slimer toy I own has eyes and teeth.
Well, you know what? He's a ghost. It's not. You can't see those things. You're supposed to be able to see through them. That was a flaw of the movie. Don't fault the toy for being accurate.
You can see your fucking eyes in the ghost in the goddamn Conjuring series that you rave about.
That's it. Yeah, the Slimer's not needed.
I bet you if he didn't come with Slimer,
yeah,
and I said he should have come with Slimer, you would be mad.
Yeah, probably. So in terms of accessories, yeah, this is pretty weak. All right, well,
I bet you anything
he gets a
that
5 out of 5.
hole goes in a peg that used to have him stand like this.
You could put him on a stand.
Or it's in the box that you that you threw away.
No, what I think it is, and I'm pretty positive of this, the MP10 Ghostbusters mashup one that comes with a Slimer and the roller is the trap. I think the peg is for that. For those who aren't going to get the MP10, we want Ectotron to have a Slimer too.
Hey, for a sense of scale, here he is next to a third-party thing that makes no sense.
And yeah, back to Octane again.
He's
old Voyager scale.
He's bigger.
Just a little bit.
I think it's because of the fixed knees that should have been done to start with.
And the combiner port. When you take the combiner ports out, it makes them taller. It's true.
At least doesn't turn them into a shitty combiner. Oh my God, Ghost Starscream.
Yeah.
As his arms. Oh, Hasbro.
You fucked up! He should have been a combiner, and he should be combining with Ghost Starscream.
Oh my God, I can sell at least 7 more toys. Gonna be so epic. All day,
son. Passes that 1 foot test. So down to the bottom line time. What would you rate this?
Honestly, I'll give him a 3.5. He works slightly better in alt mode than he does in robot mode for me. Like I've kind of hinted at, I don't quite get it, but that's just me.
Right.
If you get it and want it and love it, great. You mentioned the lack of paint, and that's a Hasbro thing, so I'm not surprised. It's a fun enough toy. I'd rather have a real Ghostbuster or a real Ecto-1.
We should say too that they're doing a IDW comic book that's a Transformers Ghostbusters mashup, and this character
that is correct.
Appears in it. All right.
It's the best version of this mold, and it makes me angry because I wanted Onslaught to be one of the better combiner board, and he sucked. I'd like to change my.
You like to change your rating?
It's 5 out of 5
because you can stick the gun in Slimer's butthole.
Oh man,
dude, that thing fits like a glove, man.
You're welcome.
There's no OJing around with that thing. It's fucking in there good. I'm giving him a.
Jesus.
I am giving him a 4 out of 5. I've had a blast with them for the short time that I've had them. I am very impressed with how they were able to take that mold but make it look different enough that, one, it ends up looking just like the Ecto-1, and that it looks like a unique character. And the lack of paint, yes, that's a Hasbro thing, and that's disappointing. Slimer should be painted. I will say that he is $49.
Now Slimer should be.
No, I totally agree with you. He is $49.99. Believe it or not, I love the box art. He's fun, and he's going to look great next to my other guys, and it made me excited enough for the MP10 that I'm not going to be able to get my hands on. So I do suggest, if you're a Ghostbusters fan, pick it up. If you're a Transformers fan, for sure pick it up. And if you're a fan of both, like me and Burke, you must own a toy.
Tyrannotron.
A toy. It doesn't have to be this one, but you'll enjoy it.
If you have to own one set of Transformer toys.
I mean, if you want a version of this figure, this is the one to get, because there's no other version.
Is the best version
of this character there's ever been.
Character. There ever has been, ever will be. Because,
well, we don't know that.
When it's the 50th anniversary of Transformers and Ghostbusters, I guarantee they're not going to do this again.
And go pick out the comic. I hear it's good enough that you'll read it halfway through. Maybe just like this review, you only watched half of it. Maybe you skipped to the end.
I skipped through the end.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment below. Give us a thumbs up.
The Transformer, he's got Egon's goggles. He's got Proton Pack. He's got Slimer with the butt all filled up.
Bye.